Hi everyone, in this introductory video I'll be sharing with you the concept and fundamental of creating the torso rig. Now if you take a look at the COG placement of the body, we have three controllers, yellow, pink and green. Now the yellow controller belongs to the COG, so when you move this controller, kind of move the whole body as one. Okay, so this is good for kind of animating, for example, the ups and down in a walk cycle and so on and so forth, right? And then we have the middle one, the pink. This controls the hip, so if I were to rotate it, you can kind of see I can kind of swing the hips from side to side. Okay, now and then we have also the green one, which controls the upper body or the upper torso. So if you were to just rotate it, you kind of see that then you can start to rotate the torso, for example, bending forward, and it kind of also pushes the rest of the controllers down as well. So which means this is a forward kinematic. Okay, and FK, this controller is parented to this controller. Okay, so when this controller moves, this controller moves as well. Now and then this controller rotate, right? It rotate this controller down as well. Okay, and then this controller can also rotate the body, okay, the upper body or the chest down, right? So if you rotate all three of them together, you can get a simultaneous bend for the body. Okay, now there's an additional function to this. Let me undo it. Okay, which is the chest controller, or in this instance spine tree control. It comes with this attribute that we are going to create called the follow attribute. Okay, so at the moment when it's 10, it's following this controller, so it works like an FK forward driven system. So when this rotates, this moves. Okay, when this rotates, the top one moves. Okay, and this can be rotated as well. Now if we were to click this controller and we were to just slide it down to 0, okay, so there's no following, so the follow is 0. What happens is you disconnect the chest controller from the rest of the torso. So now if I were to rotate this particular controller, okay, the center one follows but the top one doesn't. Okay, and even if this kinds of rotate, you can see it doesn't affect the top. Now this is useful, okay, in the mode of an IK. So if you think about it, right, in an IK mode, for example, okay, if you move the COG, right, you can see that you can move the bottom while the top, the chest is planted. Okay, it's not following the body. Okay, this is also great in a sense that if the character is walking by a store, for example, and he kind of turns the body, or he's looking at something in the store, while his body can still keep walking forward while he's kind of fixated on something in the store. Okay, cartoony effect, right? So when we are going to build this, okay, we'll be taking a look at this particular concept of an IK and FK torso. Okay, so when this controller is following, right, it becomes like an FK controller. Okay, so the whole body moves. Okay, when this rotates, this rotated as well, and this rotates, this is kind of move or rotated as well, right? But when you turn it off, okay, no following, right? If you move the COG, okay, the top doesn't follow, or if you move even the torso, right, you can see that it doesn't affect the top, right? So in the next video we'll start to take a look at how we can build this torso rig.